Now, yeah, what do you think of that match, man? I thought that was a pretty good ending there from Red. Good comeback kid action.
Yeah, they definitely improved towards the end. Class makeup-wise, though, they seem to have gone back to what they were the start of the last round. So, it would have been nice to see them carrying on what they did the first time round. Yeah.
The thing is, right, I mean, the thing I do quite like about Hightower is that the classes do kind of change throughout the level. It's quite... Some maps kind of, you know, have a very staid way of playing for the entire level, but this one, it's all about the pushing at the start, and then it gets to about pushing through, and then just surviving. So you're looking for the light classes at first, then the heavy ones towards the end.
Yeah, I think another important thing on this map as well is, you know, something that you sort of always advocate is vanguarding. You know, going ahead and especially, you know, get 2 or 3 team members into the barn, basically defend the other team's barn so that they can't put sentries up, and you know, give yourself a clear run. Yeah,
oh no, that's totally legit. I mean, thing is though, you're gonna expect very experienced guys to be doing that. Thing is, it's a pub server. I mean, if we see it, it's amazing. If we don't see it, you know, it doesn't happen. But yeah, you always look out for those people, the ones who know the maps in and out. Oh, here we go, look at blue team. Oh, nice double stab there. Oh, 37. Now, again, we said so many times, a good spy is one of those who takes out heavies.
Yeah, understanding, you know, the vital classes in this game is it all really, a lot of this, and in any game, and a lot of this on this map comes down to game sense. Because it's such a close quarters map, you need to be aware of everything that's happening around you. You need to know where the enemy team is. You need to know what they're playing. And, you know, in that case, yeah, very, very good choice for Spy. Very, very good choice for who to target. Because, you know, as we saw, the blue heavies were doing some fantastic work last round.
No, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You know, good Spy will take down the intended best targets. Yeah, you stab targets of opportunity, but you really ideally need to get in ones, you know, that are causing a real problem. And, you know, to be fair, heavies are making a comeback on this map. We started watching this game earlier, and in fact, heavies won Red's game before the game started, and, you know, they continue that tradition on. Now, one thing I am seeing with this game, both teams are defending really hard. Neither team got to the ramp yet. I mean, traditionally what happens is that, you know how you say it's like a fun map server, right? People usually rocket jump to the central spire and just go from there, but both teams are going balls to the wall here on each other's carts.
Yeah, it's quite nice to see that, just because, yeah, usually if you come on a map like this, 9 times out of 10 it just sort of divulges into, you know, just a fun mess around server. And while there's no problem with that, I think this map is vastly underrated in terms of actually, you know, it's actually a fun map to play. It's a good map to play. Yeah, and a lot of people don't give it the credit it's worth.
I mean, I kind of enjoy it. I mean, to be honest, I find this map quite tedious at times. It's one of those ones where it's really hard to make a difference by yourself. It does require a team effort.
Oh yeah, I think that, yeah, that is a big thing as well. But then again, I suppose the same could be said for a lot of maps, especially payload maps. But yeah, although I'd say in this, I don't think either team has particularly gone for, you know, the dull status quo. I think for the most part, everybody in the team is throwing out interesting, you know, options in terms of class choices and stuff like that. Usually you'd see maybe 3 or 4 snipers just stuck on the battlements, and that's not something I've particularly seen this game.
Not that, well, what did happen right at the start, but then they kind of shaped up and turned to heavies. I mean, that's one thing people don't really realise. Actually, heavies and snipers are very similar kind of skill set. Aiming is one of them. People don't realise that actually heavies need to aim. It sounds like the stupidest thing ever, but if you're a heavy that can aim and has reflexes, oh god, they are deadly.
Yeah, I mean, I've said it a couple of times before, but heavy is a fantastic practice class for just aiming in general. It really does shape up your tracking of other players if you can keep bullets, you know, going on one enemy depending on how far away they are. It's a really good option for practice.
Yeah, I mean, we saw there. I saw Seth. You know, he had the Widowmaker, Love that shotgun, to be fair. It's a real pro's shotgun. But he took on like Heavy, and Heavy just kept missing the whole time, and that's one where you really need to be able to aim. I mean, I'm not saying he is not usually a bad aimer, but you know, it's a TF2, anything happens at any given moment, for any reason. Anything.
Yeah, a situation like that as well, with the Widowmaker against the Heavy, you've got this gigantic target, and, you know, if you can play at all well, you've got a gigantic target that is just going to give you unlimited ammo. So, yeah, NG is always sort of, you know, people look at him and think, oh, he's weak, 125 health, yeah, not a problem, and then, you know, he ends up killing you, so, yeah.
One thing I am seeing a lot at the moment, we're seeing the Huff and Puff battle at the bottom of the red spawn cart area, and you know, a lot of them are lining up now. How would you go about fixing this problem?
My personal choice would be, once you know they're there, you know, stickies. They arc, and that's always a good option. Or Baumgartner, he had a good choice there as well, just backstab, that worked.
Well, again, that's how to play a good spy. You know what? These guys keep pushing the guards to the side. Better stab them. Get them out of the way. And it can be very embarrassing, especially playing Pyro. Like, you are the chosen one! You're supposed to stab! You're supposed to find the spies!
Yeah, when the hard counter is killed by what they're supposed to counter against, it's always just absolute shame, and especially Spy v Pyro. When the Spy wins, oh, that's gotta be shameful for the Pyro.
Like Heavy versus Sniper. I mean, if you win as Heavy versus Sniper, oh dear. How did you lose in a snipe fight versus a Heavy? There are a few ones like, not really many hard counters like that, but there are a few. But where's the game looking? We're looking at stalemate. Both carts up at their ramps, but neither team's managed to really push in hard. Going all the way. Deep. Maybe even get to the back. Yeah, I think scrambling's a good idea. And there goes the Heavy off the side again. You know what would be a great weapon for this game? Sticky boots. Like a secondary item just has boots that don't allow them to leave the ground. They have no jump, but they can't be moved.
That kind of just sounds like how most people play Heavy anyway, to be honest, so yeah. I mean, very rare in sort of a generic pub server will you see a Heavy bothering to use his sandwich. So, yeah, I see no reason why that shouldn't be a secondary.
That's a real shame that Heavy's not using sandwiches. Personally, I am a massive admirer of the sandwich. I use it a lot for Commando Heavy quite a bit. Or you heal your medic with it, which is amazing. You know, the healing Heavy.
Yeah, something especially important as well, a lot of people I don't think realise, if you have just eaten your sandwich, if you walk over a small medikit, that refills your sandwich.
Nice.
You know, use it to throw that out. A sandwich is worth, I think, the same as a medium medkit, so you can kind of convert a small one into a big one, so yeah, use that to your advantage.
Nice. One thing we're seeing here, I mean, Blue are really trying to push this cart up, but Red, I mean, are just defending that very nice. We're seeing stabs, pyros everywhere, they're using all the angles. Now this is where you get a good old full fat on a full fat Heavy. Do you say fat a lot in this game? I know, personally from my point, you must be a fat guy thing, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I kind of identify with Heavy. He is big, and I don't know, I just love the guy, he's great.
I like the no-nonsense approach of, if you shoot them, they will die. Professionals, not really. We've just been around the block enough times to know how this game works.
Professional would imply that we don't care for the silly parts of the game, and for me that's kind of the most important part of TF2.
Yeah, I remember going back in the days when I used to take a Criticola and then get this fish out because it was funny that way. Fish kill! Yeah, guaranteed fish kill. Crits, motherfucker. And Boxing Glove Heavy goes in. Finally, our first one of the game. There's always one.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much become a staple of these videos. You know, there has to be someone who opts for the Heavy melee, because again, it just comes back to the heavy. He is such an adorable character for someone so big and deadly.
Yeah, he is the face of the game, to be fair. Okay, in any case, but looking at Red Team again, they're just defending that cut to the hill. Anytime Blue goes in there, they just repel it or something. You think Red's all dead, but no, something pulls up the woodwork and kills the rest of the Blue Team off. But, you know, one thing I am seeing, a lot of Pyros on Red Team, they're the ones who really stack up the kills at the moment.
Yeah, and I mean, it pretty much is just that one corner as well.
You know, what might be an alternative idea is not going for the corner. Sometimes you want to go from the back. Damn it, innuendo. You know, go up the stairs, up on the top shelf, come in from behind, from the front side of the cart, and just take over the area from that side. If you take the high ground, you know, you can basically stop them off at their spawn point, and then get the rest of the team to push the cart in behind you. It sounds tricky, but you know, yeah, I'm a spectator. I know exactly what I'm talking about, but you guys don't. But speaking of Ubers, though, Harry Battle of Battles, he's Ubered. He's using a what's the Gatling gun called? I should know this, but it's a really you really shouldn't be using that. The Brass Beast. That's it. Brass Beast is one of the worst guns to Uber with, because when you go Uber and you want to start firing, A, massive spin up time, B, you're going to travel nowhere in the time you're Ubered. Don't get me wrong, it's lethal as all hell, but not when they run away.
Yeah, really, the main point of an Uber is to push up as far as you can, and when you are going like half a mile a second, then
yeah, not so fun.
I don't know why I said half a mile a second. That's incredibly fast for a person. Half a mile an hour.
Yeah, that might be more appropriate.
Coming soon for the Scout.
Oh, one thing I do love about the Scout with the new Criticola, it makes you actually run faster, and especially if you're using the Babyface Blaster, it is just zoom zoom zoom. And with crits, let's not forget crits. You don't have to worry about getting, and yeah, you take damage when you get hit with mini crits, but you're not going to get hit because you're basically faster than Pig. One thing I'm still seeing, Red are stubbornly defying any push into the area, and they're beginning on the counter attack. This has to be one of the longest standoff games we've seen.
Yeah, although I think it is, for the most part, it's pretty nicely played. You know, everybody's contributing, and everybody is making it worth their while. It's kind of back and forth. You know, some places it is just, you know, one team is just too good for the attacking team, but here everybody does seem to be pretty good at what they're doing. Yeah,
I do respect, and I do love those games. Rollovers are really fun when it's masterfully done, but when it's all the time, it's just, oh god, no. One team's basically all wearing matching t-shirts, the other one's basically a bunch of baboons at a zoo. But yeah, I mean, look at those Blue defences, untouched, unscathed, maybe not so much. But yeah, I mean, I don't know who says winning this. I mean, Blue's the aggressive team for the time being. They're the ones really trying to get in there and keeping Red on the defensive, but Red just can't seem to catch a break.
Yeah, something I have noticed though, so far, this round there's much less NG influence than there was last time round. It seems to be more of a mini Sentries game than it does be a full Sentry game.
And Pyros. Let's not forget Pyros. If there's a problem, just use M till it goes away. But that's what I'm saying though, if you want to get rid of that Pyro influence, going around from another way, if you keep going in for the front door, they'll just repulse you. Go up the side of the staircase, approach the sentry from the top side of the ramp. Yes, we're commenting on a 32 Hightower pub. It's not pretty, but somebody has to do it. You may ask the wisdom of this decision, but then again, well, we're in for the lulz. Oh, here goes Blue. It's looking reasonable. There's Crockett's involved. It'll be fun. Oh, can they do it? Come on, Blue. It's almost there. It's a boy. And they finally get the cut up the hill. Okay, now it's decisive game change for blue now. I think they're on to winning this game. It's moving, ×2. It's looking good. Blue are just ramming their way through this.
Yeah, red has totally caved, actually. I think, personally for me, what did it there was Bumgardner, or whatever you want to call him, on the ledge just before you come into the barn. He was putting down some really, really nice supporting fire there as a soldier.
Nice, and look at this. It's exclamation point, question mark, exclamation point. You know, trying to getting the kills in there. But yeah, blue team have really just changed up the game. I think they've put red really on the defensive, even harder than before.
On a side note, how do you vocalize a name like that? I mean, for me, I'd assume it was something along the lines of,
Or you never know, it could be Prince actually plays TF2. And look at this. Red getting spawn killed, that's the plan. That's actually what you really need to do to win this game. You need to spawn kill the other team. And that's the game.